What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Planetary Reviews. Sorry I did not do a video last week. I just needed a week to just take a break for a few minutes, just take it easy. The weather's been bad lately in New York, and it's just been a little rough. But you know what? I'm back, stronger than ever, and you know what? I wanted to bring you guys my review for the new Tomb Raider movie. Now, you remember the original theatrical release of the Tomb Raider movie back when Angelina Jolie played her in the first one. I thought that movie was cool. I thought it was fun. It was the type of movie we needed at the time. An over-the-top, silly, crazy action movie that was just a fun time to eat some popcorn, and there you go. That's all we needed at the time. But now, in 2018, they wanted to do a more serious portrayal of the character, which, you know what? I think is pretty cool. I think that's awesome, and I think she definitely deserves a serious film. So, let's talk about it. This movie is pretty much kind of based off of the more recent Tomb Raider games, the rebooted series. And obviously, they're going back. This new series is talking about the rise of the Tomb Raider, how Lara Croft became who she is. And in this movie, that's how we begin. The story of this film is that Lara is dealing with the death of her father. She doesn't truly believe he's dead, but she's just trying to maybe forget about it, not think about it. So she's just living off on her own in the streets, getting into trouble, just being rebellious for a little while because it affected her. I mean, when a person close to you dies, it affects you differently. It affects everybody differently. So for her, she just said, screw it. I'm gonna go away from the world and get away from all that and just try and live amongst everybody as a normal, not rich person. And so, as she goes on, she learns that there might be a chance her dad is alive. And thus begins the journey. She finds out that the last thing he was doing research on was this dead queen that had the power of like bringing death by touching people and stuff like that. So she decided, hey, I'm gonna go to that island and figure out if he's still alive, because we still don't have confirmation that he's dead. There's no body, there's no nothing. So she said, you know what, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna finish what he started, and I'm gonna solve this puzzle. And what happens from there? Crazy adventure, some action, some pretty cool standout moments for her character, and I thought it was a pretty fun ride overall. The story, it wasn't the best thing I ever watched. It was a little cliche. I kind of knew what was already gonna happen as the story went on, but you know what? For a video game movie story, and for this being, like, in my opinion, the first real serious portrayal of this character, you know what? It wasn't that bad. It wasn't terrible. I liked it. It was simple. It wasn't too complex. It wasn't something that was too out there for normal audiences to take, for people who aren't fans of the games. I feel like if you aren't a fan of the video game franchise, the story in this film is very easy for you to walk in and just have a good time, eat some popcorn. And that's what I think a very first reboot for Tomb Raider would need. Something easy for just casual moviegoers to see and have a good time with. Now, let's talk about the performances. First off, I really gotta say I was very impressed by the actress Alicia Vikander. I believe that's her name, Alicia Vikander. Excuse me if I'm mispronouncing your name. But she really did an excellent job, in my opinion, at portraying Lara Croft, or Lara Croft, however you pronounce it. And I was really impressed with it. She got really physically fit for the role. She had a great way of showing the emotion that Lara Croft felt towards her father. It was a very good performance. I was very happy with it. I was quite surprised. I didn't think this was going to be that great of a performance from her. I thought it was just going to be more like, oh, she's going to do cool stunts and cool fight scenes, and there you go. But no, she actually gave some pretty emotional performances. She had a seriousness to her when she was doing her action thing and taking down bad guys. She was able to portray that strength that you would need from Lara Croft to portray such a badass of a character. And I think she did a great job. And when it came to the action in this film, all the action scenes that she was doing and stuff like that, it was pretty well done. The only complaint I have to say with this movie when it comes to the way it was filmed and like some of the action is that while it was cool, I felt this movie was a bit too dark. I don't know if it was the theater I was in, the way I was seeing it, the fact that it wasn't filmed in IMAX, I don't know. But in my opinion, it was just too dark. I understand, she's on an island, there was a storm scene, it's dark. But even with all that, I couldn't see what was going on. Give us a little bit of light so we could see the action a little bit better. And that was really a problem. Even towards the end of the movie, it was still a consistent issue, because during the finale, it was still a little tough to see what was going on, in my opinion. Just with a little bit more light, it would have definitely benefited, and at times during an action scene, it could be a little shaky. Just a little. Not horrible, but just a little shaky. Now, cinematography-wise, we had some great shots of the wilderness. We had some great shots of her doing some awesome jumps, slow motion, and everything. That was really cool, very well done. They even took, like, a couple parts from the video game, which was really awesome. A couple jumps from the video game. She had a lot of good, like, classic moments of, alright, I think I'm safe. Oh crap, bam. And it broke right under her, and she has to find out a way to survive this, like, fall and stuff like that. It was cool. It felt like what a video game would be as a live action film, especially a Tomb Raider movie, and that was welcome. I was happy with that. But also, I gotta commend this movie for the fact that the way Laura's character in this film progressed was good. I was happy with it. In the beginning, she wasn't really a super action-y woman that we know from the games. She had to take her time. Yes, she knew how to fight and stuff like that a little bit, but she had to grow. She had never taken a life before. So when she got into this situation, this movie had a great scene where it shows the effect it has on her. Just like what she has to do right now is pretty crazy. She might have to take some lives, and that's something she's never done before. And there was a scene in this film that did a great job of portraying the fact that, holy crap, I've got to do some bad things. And I was surprised. And also, as the film went on, there was a lot more emotion. Just like that scene I was just telling you guys about, there are other moments in this movie that actually made me feel quite a lot. Because the other great performance in this movie that I have to say was our father, played by Dominic West. And he did a great performance as her father. I was like, wow, that was actually really good. I liked him. He was great. The chemistry between him and Laura was great. I loved that. Now, the villain in this movie, that's where it kind of fell off. The villain in this movie, forgettable as hell. You're not gonna care. I didn't care about him. He was not intimidating. It was just like, oh, okay. A very boring, dull performance by the guy. It might not be his fault, it's just due to the writing. They didn't decide to really expand on his character more, give him some more screen time. He was just there to be bad, to be an enemy to Laura, for her to overcome. And that's pretty much it. Nothing special with him. But overall, guys, Tomb Raider 2018, I gotta say, was actually not a bad film. Was it a great movie? No. It was a fun action movie with some cool little action scenes. Didn't blow me away. It wasn't a perfect film, but Lara Croft herself, played by Alicia Vikander, again, sorry if I pronounced it wrong, but she did an excellent job. I really want to see this franchise continue and see them up the ante more and take some risks this time in the next movie. Do a little bit better, push it further, and please put a little bit more lighting in your action scenes. But overall, this series, this movie, was actually pretty good. I think if you're a fan of the video games, and if you're a fan of the newer video games, I should say, definitely go check this movie out. Was it perfect? No, there were some dull moments. The pacing was a little boring at times, a little boring, but then when things picked up, it was good. Pacing was a little all over the place for me also. And like, even with the flaws, it was still a good time. It's a type of movie just like the first one. You could have some popcorn, get a little into the movie, have a good time, and that's all it was. I'm hoping that it continues and they progress with this film so that we can have a more respectable video game movie franchise out there. Because at the end of the day, Tomb Raider 2018 gets a B-. Was it great? No. But like I said, it was fun. I had a good time. I had no huge complaints like, this movie was trash or nothing. No, it was a popcorn flick that I could eat some popcorn with, have a good time, and be like, wow, that chick did a pretty damn good job of portraying Lara Croft, one of the most badass video game characters of all time. But guys, those are my thoughts on Tomb Raider. Let me know what you guys thought of the film on the comment section below. Very curious of what you guys think. And my next movie review will be Pacific Rim. Sorry, I just didn't have enough time to do Sword Art. I had to skip out on that. But I will figure out what game I'm going to do next for now. I have some different plans that I'm going to do with different games and stuff like that. But for sure, with movie reviews, Pacific Rim 2 and Ready Player One are the next 2 movie reviews I'm definitely going to do. And I'm super excited to bring those reviews to you guys. But as always, have a great day. Thank you so much for watching.